No, 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 no. And this is exactly what we're not going to do. But before we begin, make sure that you guys hit that subscribe button, and thank you guys for all the support. So Tyler Hero on the new look Heat struggling to close out games. I think Jimmy was really good at making the right play at the right time, whether it was looking for him or a teammate. So I think that's just a part of mine and Bam's process of continuing to get better. Do not cry and say y'all pretty much miss Jimmy Butler and this is what he used to do. And listen, there's no excuses. Now, everyone has to stand on their nuts. Okay, and there's a lot of blame that needs to go around here. Okay, first of all, let's start off with Pat Riley. Like I always will say, 80% his fault, 20% Jimmy Butler. He failed to build a proper roster around Jimmy and Bam. Okay, also too, we were dealing with the same problems when Jimmy Butler was here. They couldn't close out games, blowing leads. We had some of the most clutch games out of all these other franchises, and we were supposed to be a competing team. A lot of things didn't go our way. We had a lot of injuries that also derailed us from winning championships. But ultimately, I would say that Pat Riley failed to put the proper help around Jimmy and Bam. Whether they went all in for Dame or Kevin Durant, who knows, or Donovan, at the end of the day, he failed to do that, and that is his job to improve the team. Now, like I said, back to Tyler and Bam. And now this is where the Miami Heat need to make up their mind. What are we going to do with Tyler Hero? What are we going to do with Andrew Wiggins? Bam Adebayo is not going nowhere right now unless he demands a trade. I know y'all want to cook him about him, not doing the right things offensively and not being aggressive, and that's fine. But let's be realistic. Bam isn't going anywhere. Okay? What are we doing with Tyler? Is he going to be a franchise cornerstone piece going forward? Who knows? He's been struggling ever since they named that man All-Star. He's been struggling. And obviously, he is not a number one option. Andrew Wiggins, I like him a lot. He's pretty much been scoring 20 points a game. He's been pretty much playing his role. Something that's wrong with the Miami Heat is we want these role players to be all-stars. I think that Andrew Wiggins, a great number 2, a great number 3, he was behind an all-time Hall of Famer in Stephen Curry, and that's why he won the championship. But to have Andrew Wiggins be a number 2 option and play out of his mind every single game, that's unrealistic, and we need to be realistic about who he is. Great piece on a team, not a number 1 option. The problem is, where are we going to go find that number 1 option long term? I know a lot of people are saying Kevin Durant, and that's fine, but once again, he's not going to be here within the next 5 years. We need a sustainable number 1 option. The last time we were able to get that, and that was through the draft, and that was D. Wade. These number 1 options don't just fall out of the tree, and even if they do, these Luka trades, it doesn't happen all the time. We're talking about Anthony Edwards. That's not a guarantee. And who said he's going to come here? And do we have the assets to get guys like that? Trae Young, I like Trae, but is he a number 1 option? He can be, maybe. But we really haven't seen it in Atlanta with that team that he has. They've also been getting on Jimmy Butler and his scoring, which he would do this in Miami. That's why when he got upset about Spo changing the offense and he wasn't a focal point, he said this out of his own mouth that he doesn't really focus on offense, especially during the regular season. He said, when it's my time, you'll know it's my time. Until then, I'm going to pass the ball to the open man and get my guys some jumpers and get out in transition, and we're going to keep winning games. But at the end of the day, he couldn't do that with the Miami Heat. Why? Because we didn't have the talent. Tyler Hero was either always hurt. Bam Adebayo, he wasn't aggressive. He's playing on a much better team with better role players. And, of course, the Hall of Fame, Stephen Curry. Stephen Curry's gravity alone opens up the court even more. And then now you have the threat of Jimmy Butler. That's why they're 15-2. This Miami Heat team, they need to hurry up and get the 2 draft picks. I understand that there's some implications with, picks and rights and all this stuff in the future. But I'm not worried about the future. We cannot sit around here and waste Bam Adebayo's prime. We need to be focusing on winning and getting high-level role players and getting great developmental pieces that maybe 1 or 2 of them could hit to be a star for the future. The future is now. This future cannot wait. We need to hurry up and make up our minds and build a proper roster, get back to competing, get back to winning. But then at the same time, Miami Heat fans, we need to be patient. This cannot happen overnight. But you never know. Something might end up swinging our way. Players want to ask out. Who knows? Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Make sure that you guys hit that subscribe button, and thank you for all the support.